CleanSpark has broken out of the downward channel here. It is moving up quite aggressively. This gap up this morning is actually the type of candle I was looking for here in terms of wanting to get back into a bullish mindset on this stock. So what happened back here at the top of the market when we hit 341-ish up here? What happened up there? What caused us to do this big, huge drop? I actually found that information here, and if you go into CleanSpark, their website, and you go over into their SEC filings, which is underneath their financials page, you come down here, you see SEC filing 144, 144, 144, three of these, three different ones, all on the 27th. What was the 27th? That was this day where we got the top of the market and we sold off really bad. What is a Form 144? Well, it is a report of proposed sale of securities, and they sold those securities. And this is just one of them, but in this one, there is, I'm going to show you actually all three of them. I think there were nearly 30,000 shares sold in this one filing. Let's see, how about this filing? 363,000 shares, almost 364,000 shares sold, nearly $7 million value worth there. Wow, that's pretty crazy. What about this one? Next one. This one was also for 322,000 shares, 322,400 shares to be exact, another $6 million of selling. And that's why we saw this big drop. And this was where I assumed it ended, and we got a little pump and then some more profit taking because people were concerned about this three-line strike coming down here this way. Well, actually ended up not being that, but whatever. But that's done now. They're done selling. We're done capitulating. Notice how we came just right to the top of that, making that bearish formation there and up, and started moving up again. So that's pretty exciting. So CleanSpark is back on its way. You can see here in these filings that they do have the outstanding shares listed. It's 198 million shares. That's kind of a lot. It's not great. That's going to make me have to do some different calculations for some of my ultimate high ideas in terms of that. But that's what happened. Sometimes you have to go and dig into the SEC filings. Um, like here's this one. That's not good. That's from a 144. Let's see. No, that's the same thing. Same thing. I'm looking for an S1. Marathon though, their fall was a little bit different. Their fall kept falling many, many days. We're finally popping today. I'm not seeing, a big gap, a decent gap up sort of scenario. With these stocks, what I'm looking for is like a gap up and go sort of situation, right? Where we get a gap up and it goes, another gap up and it goes. That's what I'm looking for here at the bottoms here. I don't know what's going on here. This is a very promising candle for Marathon, but we did get underneath that double top area at 22.90. So currently we are at 23.37, moving up slightly. I do still think that around the $20 mark may come in at some point if we run into any weakness, but their sell-off was triggered by something a little bit different. And well, not necessarily triggered by it, but their sell-off is more related to their shelf offering, several reports of dilution, continued dilution. They're adding um, $1.5 billion worth of shares, whatever that amount comes out to their shares outstanding, meaning that the value proposition between CleanSpark and Marathon is narrowing dramatically to the point where I look at CleanSpark and I see it selling at 19 and Marathon selling at 23, and I'm thinking if they can achieve a similar market cap, which CleanSpark absolutely could very likely achieve a similar market cap to Marathon, considering how efficient it runs, how it's increasing its hash rate just dramatically, systematically. It's just a more efficient miner, and it's really just not out of the realm of possibility. Just based on that value proposition between the two, considering they've got a similar outstanding shares, but Marathon keeps diluting, CleanSpark is getting bigger and bigger, expanding their hash rate dramatically, running much more efficiently than Marathon. I see that achieving a similar market cap is very possible. And when they do, CleanSpark is actually probably going to be at a higher price than Marathon. So I don't see currently at Marathon's price unless it comes back down to like that $20 level. I'm not really seeing any incentive for me personally to want to buy into it right now. Of course, this is not financial advice nor a suggestion to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever. It's just what I'm thinking when I look at these companies and I look at the information. Do with that what you will, and always do your own research, come to your own conclusions. Always remember to check the SEC filings on these companies to see what is going on in there. I forgot to do that with CleanSpark, so this downtrend actually caught me off guard. Soon as I got this green candle, if I had been paying closer attention, I would have gotten back in and rode this up from, 16 bucks to 19 bucks instead of now looking at it at 19.50 and thinking I should be getting in this. So that's why it's so important to be looking at these SEC filings, especially if you see anything with an S, like an S3, I think it is. Let me see, what is it? Yeah, S3, S8 as well. So this is something that just came out a couple days ago. They're going to be offering stock for employee pay, basically a part of their benefit plan, uh, very soon, which is going to dilute them further. Anything with an S, you're looking at probably mostly dilution thoughts. Now that's not, the hard rules, but if you see an S, you should probably look into it, see what it says, make sure it's not dilution. If you see 144, insiders are going to sell. You should see how much that's going to be. Like this first one wasn't so bad, right? With not that one, this one over here with only 500,000 in sales, but these other two, 7 million, 6 million in sales, that moved the needle and that caused this big old drop here. And that's what we were looking at CleanSpark. But that is over for now, and we got open sky ahead of us here. Not a lot of resistance above right now for CleanSpark. We could easily get back into the $22-23 range right now. It looks like 15 was the bottom on that one. I'm going to go ahead and say above us right now, though, going into highs. I mean, yeah, we don't have much in the way. Once we're above 23.56, we could easily go into the 30s from there on CleanSpark, and that's pretty great. Marathon has to chew through all of this resistance above it. It has to get back above 34, and then once it's back above 34, we're going to be looking, yeah, like 40. 40 is possible. There's a lot of price action back here though, so it's got a harder road ahead of it. It does need to achieve a much higher market cap. Now it does have one of the higher market caps of the miners, and yet CleanSpark is getting so close to matching its price, even though it's got a significantly lower market cap right now. So with that said, that's what's going on with CleanSpark. We had some insider selling, and that is over. So we're seeing a big pop up. Marathon, they dropped because of news of big old dilution, making your shares 25% less valuable based on market cap, which people shouldn't like, and I don't like at all. To a certain extent, I get why they're doing it because interest rates are super high right now, and why would you take out 6% debt when you could just issue more stock? It makes sense. If we were in a low debt environment, like a low interest rate environment, they probably would have taken a loan instead. But right now, that is not a good prospect. One more piece of news, the markets are likely going to rally today because we got unemployment rising. We're getting closer to that 5% rate that the Fed wants it to be at, because that's about full employment as far as they're considered. So that ticked up. It was 3.7 before this report came out, so we went up 0.2%. That's really good. That gives good news towards anyone that's looking forward to rate cuts from the Fed. And that's all I've got for you today. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and have a profitable day.